something you might not know about the TikTok algorithm is that when you get millions of video views, like mine frequently do, the algorithm has essentially, after a point, pushed the video out to everybody who would be interested in it. But it keeps pushing it out because it's already performed pretty well. And eventually, 2, 3, 4 weeks later, like a month after posting, it ends up getting pushed to people who really probably should not be watching that video. They would not like the person who's making the video. And in my case, it gets pushed to salty men who really are just disgusted by everything they see here, which is sad, right? But I get the same boring comments. It's always the same thing, right? It's always some dude being like, ew, what's that on my screen? Or your dad must be so proud. Or a picture of some ugly man who they think I look like. Or earlier today I got a comment that said that I should just straight up myself, which is amazing that you can even leave that comment without the filter catching it. It was not even worded unambiguously. It was very clearly written in that way. And I also get comments like this, some type of disgust about seeing something on their screen that, is just reminds them of the world around them, and it disgusts them. And that makes me so sad. It doesn't make me sad because you've hurt my feelings. It bounces right off me. And by the way, this is showbiz, baby. Give me the engagement. Why not? Have at it. I'm not going to stop you. No, it makes me sad for you. Because I love life. I love the world and the people in it. I am obsessed with people. I just moved across the country so that I could be in a major city on a coast close to people. I come from a place, though, in the country where if you live around too many people, that's kind of seen as a lesser lifestyle. Maybe you can't afford, to have a plot of land. And that's kind of the aspiration where I'm from, is to have a big plot of land, to have enough money where you can buy up a big plot of land, lots of acres, and plop a house inside a big grove of trees where no one will ever see you again. You're never going to be bothered by anyone ever again. That's the aspiration for millions of people in this country, and it makes me so sad. Because you could grant me immortality, and I wouldn't be bored a day in my life. I would spend my days, eternity, walking the earth, and I would never once hate it. I would never once regret it. I cannot get enough of life. And like the other day, for example, a friend of mine took me on a walk around a park. And in the corner, leaning against a water fountain, collecting water from that fountain, and kind of playing with a patch of brown dirt, was this woman who was dressed head to toe in feathers. And her hat was clearly, I think it's something that she made, and it was shaped like a rat. A very big, not a small rat, not a Ratatouille situation, like a big rat. Quite a character. My friend happened to know her, so we went up to her and we struck up a conversation, and that's how I learned that she, that day, had happened upon a stash of local wildflower seeds, and she was going around the park and planting and watering wildflower seeds in patches of dirt where there was no grass or flowers or anything. She had spent her day making the world around her more beautiful. If we hadn't gone up to her, I would never have known that's what she was doing. And it makes me so sad that people see other people in the street or in the world or wherever who I would walk toward, and they would walk over them. That's so sad. How lonely of a life is that? That's how you see the people around you. That's how you think of the people around you. And look, life is short. And depending on who you believe, you only get to do it once. So how many smells are you going to miss out? Because you spent your life pinching your nose just in case a stench wafts by. How many sights are you going to miss? Because you spent your whole life looking up so you wouldn't have to see the filth at your feet. How many tastes are you going to miss? Because you only eat food from cultures that you think are equal to yours, which is an entirely separate conversation, right? I yearn for life, and I yearn for you to yearn for life. I would love you to love the world. That's the whole point of this. That's why we're here. Otherwise, we could be, dumb animals. We could be worms in the dirt. But no, we're doing this. We created this culture. We created life. We We're all so different. We're all so unique. Everybody is their own person. Why wouldn't you want to get to know them? I mean, what is it about me that's so disgusting, by the way? Like, really, I'm a fun person. My friends think I'm amazing. And I have a lot of fun in life. I go on hikes. I go see the world. I have more stories than I feel like I could ever spend the rest of my life telling. That's how much life I've lived. That's how densely I've lived life. And I'm only 28, right? Like, there's so much more life to be had, I hope. So, my videos more often than not are funny, and they have a funny punchline at the end or a witty one-liner. This is not bad. I'm just sad for you, and I want more for you. And I'm calling on this commenter, and really anybody who leaves a nasty comment a month after my video gets 10 million views. Love the world around you a little bit more. Don't pinch your nose. Don't look up so you don't have to look at people beneath you. There's no one beneath you. There's no such thing as a person who's beneath you, right? Love life. Live better. Find kindness in your heart.